All right, friends, welcome to workout number 2, where we are going to be building off of workout number 1. So you're still going to get your pushes and your pulls in there today. We're going to introduce some new movements, but not really straying away from the things that we worked on in that first workout. Let's get a quick warm-up going and let's get started. Let's roll those shoulders up, back, and down a little bit. Roll through the neck, roll through your wrists, roll through your ankles, the forgotten joint, I always say. And then from there, you can clasp the hands behind your back, open up the chest. Let's push the chest forward. Let's take a forward fold so you get a nice little stretch to the back side of the legs. Really relax your neck. Don't look at your feet. Try and look at your legs. And then release that. All right, roll it up vertebrae by vertebrae. As always, my friends, pop on some music. Make it yours. Let's take that nice big lateral side. Ooh, I went a little too far. Hello. And then let's switch it up. Left wrist goes all the way up and over. Oh, that feels so good. We're going to get some of those good mornings because we do have some deadlifts today that you're going to see. We actually have 2 different types of deadlifts. So let's get these good mornings going. Push and pull through. Push the floor away here. And I want you to think about pulling the belly button in and up, right? Push the butt back and then really think about pulling the belly button in and up, right? Making sure that your feet are hip distance apart and parallel for this one. Sometimes I specifically ask for one or the other. You're going to see some sumo movements today, which actually ask for external rotation. But for right now, let's keep it right here. You got 3, 2, 1. We're going to take some of those walkouts and some good mornings. Now, again, if you need something a little bit more specific or a little bit more in depth for a warm-up, I posted a full warm-up on the channel. All right, so you can opt to just pause right here and go to that. That might feel nice if you're feeling like you need a little something. Keep in mind, just because it's hot doesn't mean that the body is warmed up for workouts. That is a common misconception that I hear. Well, it's hot out, so I should be fine. No, I'm like basically telling your muscles, or you're telling your muscles, hey guys, hey booty, we're going to lift some things up and put it back down, but I need you to wake up. That's kind of what the warm-ups are. You're prepping and priming the muscles so they can work, as opposed to some of the muscles that are a little bit more active in our body. All right, so for example, some of the muscles that are in the front of the body, i.e. our hip flexors, they can sometimes take the brunt of the work because they're overactive. We don't want that. All right, we're going to turn to the side. We're just going to take some quick clamshells just to warm up the side butt, again, because we have a lot of booty work today. You're going to learn very quickly, if you're new to me, every day is booty day. And I'll tell you why throughout the class. All righty, 10 for me. We're going to go for another 5, 4, 2, and let's swing those legs around. Now, keep in mind, if I'm moving too fast or too slow, you can move at your own pace. Once I give you, I'm actually going to show you the workouts of the day. So once I give you those workouts, move at your own pace. I invite you to take things wherever you need to, but focus on form. There's going to be a couple of movements in today's workout that I would strongly suggest you use those for your form feedback. Not to say that you're not going to execute them correctly, but there's a lot to it. So that's what I'll say. I'll call them out. Last little bit is going to be our glute bridges. Let's keep the toes pointing forward for the first 5. Dig the heels down and then come on down. Nice big deep exhale. Scoop the pelvis up and under. Dig, press, and slow and steady on the way down. Now, oftentimes we feel this on the front of the legs. This is what I'm saying about the overactive muscles. I want you to right away, this part of your butt, right? Yeah, that side booty. Squeeze that. Lift that off the ground. Squeeze. Tuck the pelvis under. Pull the belly button in. Then power up and get high. Get high up onto those shoulders, and then you slowly come down. But scoop, tuck, press, slow, steady, release. All right? Try not to get to, like a lot of folks will wait to get to the top to squeeze your butt. That's like one of those fit myths or fitness malpractice. No. Your butt is on from the moment you get that booty off the ground. Tuck the pelvis. My butt's on. This thing is not asleep. It is at the meeting. It is taking calls. It is at work. It is not on do not disturb. Whew. Okay. Once we get through that, my friends, today we're going to take a single-sided here. So my left elbow, left knee are going to become friends. And today we're going to reach one side. Nice big deep exhale. I have to give blood today, so this is my workout. Oh yes. 2 more for 8, and then we're gonna connect. Now I want you to think about pushing here. Push elbow and knee away from each other. I'm on the same side. Right knee, right elbow. Nice big deep breath. Good. Yep. Last 2. 1 more, and you can rest. Alrighty, we're gonna flip, take a nice little down dog, drive those heels down, shift all of your weight over to one side, and now start to play around with your pelvis. Maybe bend the knee, push your butt all the way up as if someone's pulling your hips up and out, and then switch sides. Go ahead and step, push, dig the heel down, and then you can walk your feet and hands up towards one another, and let's roll it up. Now we already did some of those good mornings. Just to warm things up, I'm gonna find this nice deep squat. I'm gonna throw that booty back and maybe open up the hips a little bit. I like to play around with where the hips are, opening up, and then stand up nice and tall. All right, take this where you need to. And then from there, we can just add some squats when you're ready. Push the butt back and down, press those hips forward. And then I like to breathe. You're gonna hear me breathe. All right, folks, we're gonna get started today. Our first circuit is actually gonna be a sumo squat. We're gonna take a wide press, and then we're gonna work on some of those lunges like we did the first round. Don't be mindful of the numbers. Our first circuit today is that sumo squat. We're gonna take the squat that we learned. Second is gonna be the wide press today. Lastly is gonna be that reverse lunge. Today, in this circuit, we're gonna do everything 3 rounds, folks. All right, let's get it going. Let's set up the sumo squat. Now, keep in mind, you are going to do sumo deadlifts today. So I need you to remember the difference between your deadlifts and your squats. So we're going to talk about that. Our squats today. Now, if I have both of my weights, I'm actually going to bring them into this position here where my palms are facing me. I'm turning the toes out and I'm taking a wider stance. So I'll show you from the front and then I'll show you from the side. I want you to take a nice deep exhale, drop that booty, push the butt back, wide stance, and then come on up. Anywhere from 8 to 10, depending on the weights that you're using. Now, we've been talking about the lines. I'm always looking for the lines. We're gonna dig the heels down, keep your chest lifted. If I turn to the side, my butt is going back, my chest is up, and my butt should be at least in line with my knees. If you can go past parallel, great. But let's just aim to get to parallel to the ground. Come on up. Once you get through 8, we're gonna take our wide press today. Now, elbows are a little wider. I'm gonna set it up, nice deep exhale, up, come on down, come on down. Now keep in mind, a little different than what we did in the half kneeling position in workout 1. Elbows are wide. Now keep that going. I want you to think as if you're trying to pull yourself up. Yeah, like you're doing a pull-up. If you've ever done a pull-up, I want you to think, that's what I want you to feel on the way down. Even though you're pressing the weight up, exhale, anywhere from 8 to 10 total. Yep. Especially on this exercise, the secondary muscle group you're working is your core. Once you get through 8 to 10, I'm gonna move these to the side. We're gonna take our reverse lunges. It is going to be 16 rather total, okay? So I'm gonna step my right leg back, come on in. These are body weight on purpose, for a purpose. We're trying to get that booty to fire up. Keep the big toes pointing forward and really push the butt back. Now keep in mind, remember, we worked on our reverse lunge position. Front knee is pushing out, bottom knee is also pushing out of your last 2 toes. And it is a train track. I see this often. People get on a tightrope and then they wonder why they don't have balance. Because open that stance up. All righty, crew. Once you get through 16, we take everything again. All right, the sumo, I love the sumo. It recruits a little bit more of the inner outer thigh. Again, you are taking a stance. This derives literally from a sumo wrestler, right? Like take that big wide stance, turn the toes out. And I want you to think of corkscrewing the top of the hip, rotate that baby out. As you sit, chest up, chin should be parallel to the ground, and then power up. Today, the weights are gonna be a little bit further away from you to really light up your core. Let's do it, round 2. In 3, 2, and 1. Drop that booty, come on up. Breathe, folks. Knuckles up towards the sky. I got 4 down, anywhere from 8 to 10. Now you get to pick your rep range depending on the weights that you're using and your goals. Once you get through that, I want you to take your feet hip distance apart and parallel. From the side, I want you to think about sitting into this and tuck your pelvis under. Why? Because we see this through the press. And then I see people, ugh, no thank you. I'm totally fine. It's my own spit. So from here, I'll do it from the side. Tuck the pelvis under, pull the belly button in. If I was gonna breathe on these, which I am, I exhale on the way up. Now, when we do wide presses, this is what I see. And that is not what I wanna see. Why? We just lost the walls of our house. If this is the base of our home, the sides of your core are gonna be the walls of your house, and this is gonna be the roof. You can't shorten up. This is a core exercise. Keep pressing, keep pressing. Get to the 8 to 10. If you feel like you gotta be like, ugh, then the weight is too heavy for you. Okay, in which case you may wanna modify, maybe take a lot less reps. Maybe instead of doing 8 to 10, maybe you're in that 6 to 8 world, and that's fine. Reverse lunges, round 2 and 3, 2. Let me do it this way. Nice big step back, come on in. Nice big step back, come on in. Now, oftentimes I coach people to keep their hands on their hips for this reason. I don't want a drop here. Hips nice and square, back knees close to the ground, push off. Again, if you didn't watch workout 1, pause right here, get your ass over to workout 1, because we went over everything in workout 1. Keep doing those reverse lunges. I want you to remember, the reverse lunge is about the front leg. Often what I see is like a jazz move. I grew up dancing, so no, lighten up that back leg. No need for all of that on that back leg. Lighten up that jazz, you know what I'm saying? When you get through 16 of those bodyweight reverse lunges, shake out the legs, roll those shoulders, you have one more round. One more round on these sumo squats. Yes, I know, workout 1, we only did things once. Let's do it again. Twice. Alrighty, guys, last little bit here. Turn the toes out, dig the heel, big toe, little toe, push your butt back, and then come on up. Same as the glute bridge. Don't wait to get to the top to squeeze that ass. Your booty is what's pushing you up. Yep. Chin parallel to the ground, core tight, shoulders back, and make sure your actual body weight, so not just the dumbbells, I mean your actual body weight is between both your right and left heel. Oftentimes, we can offset, not meaning to, we can offset, right? So get your body weight right back. All right, folks, we're gonna take that wide row. Again, keep in mind the wide press, I want you to think as if you were moving one bar. It's gonna go all the way up, all the way down, under the chin. Since we're not moving one bar, you're gonna act as if the dumbbells are that. We're doing single-sided, core tight. Nothing is moving through my upper body. Now, this is an exercise that I would suggest getting some form feedback. It is one of the exercises that's done very often and often done incorrectly. So that's why I'm going to suggest that you send me a video where I can see everything the best you can, phoned, or use your computer or Zoom. Do a Zoom recording and email it to me, and then I'll give you some form feedback, because this exercise, that wide press, is one of the exercises that is definitely done in every workout class, but sadly, most of the time is done incorrectly or inefficiently. Let's go with that. Reverse lunges, 3, 2, let's do it. 16. Oh, my friends, I don't know about you, but I'm sweating. Alrighty, press those hips forward. It is a booty workout. Yes, your quads are working, but should be booty. Yep. Again, once you get through 16, you can rest. We're going to move on to our second circuit. All right, second circuit. And you can rest. So right away, we're going to get into your sumo deadlift. Today, we're going to take a push-up to a down dog. All right, we worked on the push-ups in our first. You're going to take a sumo deadlift And then we're going to take the wide row. We did a narrow close grip row, but we're going to take the wide row. Okay, so workout 2 today. In workout 2, circuit 2. Now let's take it down to the push-up. Be mindful, the elbows should be pointing towards the back corners. Anywhere from 6 to 8 on these, okay? The down dog, I like this one. You're gonna use your hips, you're gonna use your booty, you're gonna use a lot of stuff here to get you through this exercise. And I want you to keep in mind your core has gotta be on. Your butt has gotta be on. It's sad to see a push-up with the rest of the body laxed. No. It's a full body movement. The chest happens to be the primary mover, but it is a full body movement. So I'll do one and then you guys are gonna join me. So we're gonna take the push-up, drive those heels down. If you want to or need to, you could bend the knees, launch yourself forward, nice big push-up, dig those heels down. It's a nice active stretch. Rock your weight forward. Make sure the hands are under your shoulders. Take it to the push-up. Elbows are pointing towards your feet a little bit, okay? You're not looking like a T. You're looking like an arrow. Yep, deep breath here. Once you get through number 6, 8, whatever feels good for you. If push-ups are nice and easy, maybe you get up to that 8 to 10 mark. We'll walk the feet and hands up towards one another. We're going to take our sumo deadlift. This is now, I want you to focus on the difference here. The sumo deadlift is a hip hinge. I'm going to say it again. It's a hip hinge. Light bend through the knees. The sumo deadlift does have the most knee bend than any other deadlift, right? The sumo, however, we still want a very light bend in the knees. I'm going to do a straight up profile. Roll those shoulders back and down. Keep those weights going straight down. Can you see how I'm hinging at the hips? My head is the highest point, and then we zip those hips forward. What do I mean by the head is the highest point? I mean, you're going to stop here as opposed to here. Do you see how if you drew a line, my butt is nice and high and my head is low? We don't want that. Sorry, face down, ass up. No, not here. All right, face, it should be pointing down, right? So you have a nice long spine, and then you're gonna press those hips forward, but it's not face down, ass up. Anywhere from 8 to 10. Now, oftentimes what we get in this one as well is an overextension to like compensate. And then you're getting into your back, and that ain't cute. I want you to focus on getting the shoulders directly over the hips. That's it. Push your butt back. That's it. Perfect. Now we're going to take the wide row. The wide row is similar to the close grip row, except for the fact that you're going to get a lot of air under your armpit. So I would suggest if you have options to go lighter, like 2 dumbbells, I would suggest going a little lighter just for the first round so you can get the movement down. I'm going to do this one head on so you can see the difference. I have my right leg forward. My left arm is going to row. Opposite. Hand comes down. I'm going to pull wide and then release. Nice big pull and then release. Now if I do it from the side, you can see my elbow is wide and then release. Wide and then release. 6 to 8 on these, depending on the weight that you have. 6 to 8 will be enough. And then that's 6 for me. Let's switch it up. All right. Again, I'm using a lighter dumbbell. Yes, I can do it with the 17s. However, I want to show you, you can get a lot of benefit out of this one. For this exercise, you're working a lot of those postural muscles. Okay. This becomes super important because this group is all women or folks that identify as women. And unfortunately, women are predisposed to things like osteoporosis and osteopenia. So we want to get ahead of that and really strengthen up the upper back muscles and give us a chance, right, to build up our bone mineral density. Strength training has so many benefits. One of the greatest benefits is that you are boosting your bone mineral density. And at the tender age of 30, the bone mineral density will start to decrease if we don't take action to either keep it, maintain it, or build it more, okay? So keep that in mind. It's never too late to start strength training. Keep that in mind. All right, let's get the push-up to the down dog. This should feel nice. My yogis, you might feel a little bit more comfortable in this little flow here. Again, anywhere from 6 to 8. If that first round felt easy peasy, you better get it up to the next. Let's do this. 3, 2, 1. I have my push-up. I have the down dog. That should feel like a nice little stretch. Drive the heel. That feels amazing for me, but hey, I guess I'm a sicko. I like a little bit of the pain when I work out. I also did chest yesterday, so bear with me. Good, anywhere from 6 to 8. Let's walk it up. Again, the sumo deadlift. I actually want to show you guys something. So get ready for the deadlift. Give me 1 second. Okay, I'm back. So the deadlift. Take, let's say, a broomstick, anything that's going to be one stick. This is how I actually teach people to deadlift when I meet them in real life or in their house. I'll take a broomstick or something like it. One long stick. I'm going to place it. Actually, give me 1 second. So, when people are first learning how to deadlift, or if I'm going to teach people how to deadlift, I will take this little guy. It's a dowel, or again, like a broomstick, okay? I'm going to place it. The 3 points that I want you to focus on are going to be the upper back, well, the head, the upper back, and the lower back. You're going to place your hand to the small of your back, and all 3 of those points, you see how it's like basically kind of like on my butt? All 3 of those points are going to remain in contact. Now we're going to turn the toes out slightly, and you're going to push the butt back, hinge at the hips, find that deadlift pattern, and then stand up. Now, if you feel, you see how here I lost it a little bit? I'm going to push that lower back a little bit more. I'm going to take a nice little hip hinge. I'm throwing that booty back, and then stand up nice and tall. Now, the next step of that would be to let this go straight down. Now, keeping those points in contact, right? So now the weight goes on my legs, straight down, and then come on up. What this exemplifies is your dumbbells. The dumbbells go straight down, shoulders are back and down, nice long spine, and then come on up. All right, so if you've gotten some of those deadlifts already, again, anywhere from 6 to 8 of those deadlifts, we're gonna go for that wide row, okay? So while I was demonstrating, maybe you were doing your deadlifts, perfect. If not, finish up those last few, the wide row. 6 to 8 on the wide row. Nice little hip hinge, core tight. If you need to, you can hold on to something. I'm totally cool with that. Big pull, gentle release. First things first, lock that shoulder down. Yes. Again, think about the dowel. Think about the broomstick. Long spine here. Exhale, release it. 6 to 8. Knuckles pointing down. Don't think about pulling the weight with the wrist. You see how I just lost that? And then you're going to switch sides. Let's take it. Yep. 6 to 8. Air under the armpit. Knuckle facing down. And 8. Good. Last round on this. And then we are moving on. Now, of these exercises, there's 2 in here that you can submit to me. You could submit any workout. You could submit a whole circuit if you wanted some form of feedback. 2 in here that I would suggest would be the sumo deadlift, as well as the wide row in that group, okay? But if push-ups are just not your thing, submit them to me as well. All right, let's get it. 6 to 8, last round. Yep, we're doing 3 rounds. Never underestimate push-ups. I personally believe if you cannot manipulate your own body weight with control and efficiency, then it's going to be a little bit more challenging to manipulate external weight like a dumbbell or a piece of luggage when you're actually in real life, right? Has anyone ever gone to put their luggage up and you're just like, yeah, that hasn't happened to me in a long time. I'm usually like, but I've seen other people. And it's really about being able to manipulate that weight with ease, with control, and not injuring yourself. All right, let's get this deadlift. Looked good the first few rounds. This is your last round. Really push that butt back. If you have the ability to go heavier, go heavier. Now, from the side, you want those weights to go straight down. If you could draw a line on the screen, your weights would go straight down, back up. All right, knuckles are pointing down towards the ground. Shoulders are pulling down. Hinge at the hips first. The first thing to break the line, right, of your shoulders, hips, knees, and ankles is your butt, right? If you were to slow me down, slow motion, the first thing would be my butt. I'm trying to do a slow motion voice. I don't know if it worked or if I just terrified you guys. I'm totally fine. Once you get through 6 to 8 or 8 to 10, we're going to move to that last little bit here on the row. Nice little hip hinge, core tight, palm facing down. Sorry, palm facing your body, elbow wide, locking the shoulder away from your ear. So create as much space as you can and release the arm straight every time. Without this happening, you see how I just got pulled forward? No. Big pull. It's 3, 2, switch it up. Nice work, everybody. Switch it up. Lock that shoulder down. When you release it, you're still kind of engaging that back body. Pull, release. Now, I've been working with clients for years, right? And they go, well, that's not your workout. What do you do for a workout? This is what I do, folks. The basics, the fundamental movements work. That's it. I don't do any magic. Unfortunately, Instagram has taken a little bit of a whirlwind here. And people think that like you have to do burpees and then do a backflip to get a workout. No, these fundamental movements, your pushes, your pulls, like your hip hinges, your squats, the fundamental movements work. And not only do they work, you master the fundamental movements, you will master everything in the gym, but you'll also master everything outside. All right, life becomes a little easier. Walking the stairs becomes a little easier. Bringing groceries becomes a little easier. Like life becomes easier when you master the fundamental movements, right? The functional movements. Which brings us to our last circuit, crew. Last circuit today is going to be a staggered stance deadlift. Very fun and fancy. It's going to be a superhuman where we work the back body and some side planks, right? So the staggered stance deadlift, today I'm going to coach it 2 ways. One is going to be with the weight on the back leg, okay, or on the side that the leg is going to be back. Staggered stance literally means, it's like a B stance. I'm going to take my feet that are hip distance apart, the leg on the side that has the weight, which is now my left side. All I'm going to do is pop that toe. Yep. I want to make sure that my knee is not too far forward. My knee is not too far back. My knees should actually line up with one another. All right. So keep in mind, like if you were doing this with a barbell, the barbell would be on both sides, both legs, up until you get to the knee, and then you press it up. Now, the reason why we do a staggered stance is to work single-sided. You've noticed we've done a lot of single-sided movement. So I'm putting all of my weight, I would say about 90% of my weight is going to be on my left leg, and about 10, 20 is going to be on this leg. To the point where at any given moment, you might be able to even lift this back leg, right? You might, because we are going to work on single leg deadlifts in the future. So let's get this going. I'm going to do it on a couple different positions. I'm going to have my weight on my left side. My left leg is the light leg. My right leg is that's going to be a little heavier. We're just going to take 5. Nice big deep breath. I'm going to take that weight straight down, and then I'm going to stand up. Be mindful. You still want to push your butt back, but don't shift your weight back, okay? A good check, right? So can you see how if we're in slow motion, the butt goes back first. Weight goes straight down. My weight, again, I could almost lift this left leg, and then I stand up. Consider that left leg almost like a kickstand. That means that you should feel your right booty cheek a lot more. Once you get through 5, we're going to switch sides. All right, I'm going to do it again on a diagonal. Weight is on my left leg, heavy on my left leg. My right arm is just going straight down. Right leg is light. Take a nice deep exhale. Push the butt back. Stand up tall. Push the butt back. Stand up tall. Booty, 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 rocking everywhere. 3 more. Again, if I were to slow this down, butt is still going back first. 1 more. Awesome. Let's take it down. We're going to take 6 superhumans. The superhuman is an excellent exercise. Posture, posterior change, everything. I forget that this is annoying when I have here. Okay, so for today, I'm going to start with my arms out, literally like a superhuman. I'm going to pull my elbows in towards the side of the body. So we're going to lift. Now I want you to keep your focus. Instead of cranking the neck up, try and keep that length through the back of your neck. So big exhale. I'm going to pull the elbows in. I'm going to relax and then reach the arms forward. Exhale. And then you can reach those arms forward. Exhale. I want you to squeeze your butt. Pull the belly button and squeeze that booty, right? Squeeze the butt. And then release. Last two here. Lock those shoulders down. Don't crank the neck. And rest. You can see when I'm here, I'm not looking for the ceiling. I'm just looking right here. My neck is in line. And then relax. If you need to, you can bend the knees and take a little windshield wiper. We're moving into a side plank. Side plank gets a bad rap. You guys really don't like the side plank. Nobody does. For years of training clients, this is like the number one hated exercise. I don't know why, but it just is. Let's set this up. Now, I'm going to set you up. Option to bring both knees down. Okay, I'm going to give you like 3 options here. Option to do both knees down, in which case you'll press the hips up, my shoulders lock down, and I'm in one straight line. The second option is going to be the more advanced, which is going to be full side plank. Lastly, you could step this top foot over. My yogis might be a little bit more familiar with this, in which case you have that as like a little kickstand. I always do full forearm down because the shoulder is in a little bit more of a vulnerable position when we get up to a full side plank. So let's take it here. We're only going to be here for about 20 seconds. In 3, 2, 1, let's do it. Okay, a couple things to think of. Think of that dowel or the, whatever it was, the broomstick. My head, my shoulders, my lower back, booty, everything is in that one line. Press those hips forward and up. Squeeze your bottom butt more. Yep, 3, 2, and switch. I have like an internal clock. I literally know when it's 20 seconds. It's scary. Okay, swing those legs around. Let's do the opposite side. While you're even setting up, get your elbow directly underneath your shoulder. Don't be here because that's not cute. Even though it's easier, it's not cute, and it's actually going to be in a very vulnerable position on the shoulder. Lock that shoulder down, palm down. Let's bridge those hips forward. 3, 2, 1, press it up. See how my shoulder turns around? A lot of people will want to do this. Absolutely not. Roll that shoulder back. Squeeze your bottom butt. Press those hips forward. Chest long, chest tall. 3. Both hips forward. 2, 1. Beautiful. Rest. Okay, let's get up. Let's do it again. Now, I'm going to give you another option for this staggered stance deadlift. It is going to be to use 2 weights instead of the 1. All right, we have 2 more rounds here, so play around. The third round, you'll get to figure out what works best. We're only doing anywhere from 5 to 6 of the staggered stance deadlifts on each side. Take a nice deep exhale. Push the butt back. Long spine. This is 5 for me. You can move at your own pace. 6 for me. Switch it up. All right, I'm just going to turn it over. Keep the knees in line. Lighten up that back leg. Let's do it. This is probably one of my go-to exercises. I love this exercise. Now, one thing I want you to focus on is pushing this knee out. Don't you see how the knee turned in? Don't let that knee turn in. Push that bottom knee out. Beautiful. Let's take it down to the superhumans. Got a couple minutes together. Let's make the most of it. Superhumans, anywhere from 6 to, or anywhere from 5 to 6. If it's your first time or haven't done these in a while, go for 5 really, really good ones. Okay, length, and let's do it. Relax the back. Squeeze your butt. Don't worry about the height of the legs. Don't bend your knees either, right? Because sometimes I see this. No, don't worry about the height of the legs. Oftentimes, with that arch, it's going to come from the lower back, and that's no bueno. We want the booty. You're extending from your butt. Good. Shake it out a little bit. Micro moves through the hips. Hey. Let's play this arm down. You have your side plank. All right, let's do this. Side plank. Line your heels, right? Both of my ankles, my heels, to be in line with this bottom elbow. And then I'm going to bridge the hips forward to get to the top. 3, 2, let's do it. Roll those shoulders back and down. Check in with your butt. Don't let that butt be soft. Squeeze your butt. Engage it, right? Your butt is there to stabilize your pelvis. Your core is there to stabilize your spine. It's 5, it's 4, it's 3, 2, it's done. Swing it around. Beautiful. We got one more round. Keep this arm down. In 3, 2, 1, go for it. Now, my friends, I know we're strength training 2 days a week. And if you add an additional workout 3 days a week, keep in mind, what are your non-exercise activities? This is not about weight loss. It's just about simply keeping your kinetic genes, your bodies, active. Are we going for walks? Do we maybe take the stairs? Good, rest. The non-exercise activities are just as important, right? This workout is 45 minutes. What are we doing for the rest of the day? All right, keep this body moving and grooving. Last round. You can do this with 1 weight, 2 weights, go heavier, go lighter, whatever you need to do. It's your final round of the staggered stance. Lighten up that back leg. Push this knee out, not in. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. All right, and just as a friendly reminder, you're pushing your butt back, but you're not pushing your weight back, right? So I could almost do this on a single leg, right? Exhaling. Switch it up. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Even if I can't see you, I know. Now, this is an exercise I would definitely submit for form feedback, just because, again, it's got a lot of components. And your side plank, I would submit for form feedback. Alrighty, crew? Those are the two in this circuit. But again, remember, you could submit an entire circuit if that's what's going to make you feel good. I'm going to do this way so I can do this side plank first. All right, let's do it. And then release those muscles. I want you to think as if you're pulling your right elbow. This is going to sound crazy, but your right elbow into your left back pocket and your left elbow into your right back pocket. A little crisscross. I got one more for you. Beautiful. Alrighty, take the modified side plank if you need to. I forgot to mention, which I actually really like this option as well, is the bottom knee could be down. You can press, and then you can keep this top leg out. So that's another option. All right, it does get a little bit more of the booty. Not a bad thing. Let's do our side planks in 3, in 2, and let's go. Again, lock that shoulder down, lock this shoulder down, pulling the belly button in, push those hips forward, squeezing your butt, core stays tight. If you need to, you can step the top leg over. It's 5, it's 4, it's 3, it's 2, it's done. Shake it out, switch it up. All right, folks, I'm also, over the course of the weekend, I'm gonna add a little cool down type of like stretch, movement, mobility, again, as well as a little bit more of a core focused exercise / workout so you can enjoy on like an off day. Okay, elbow down, hand down. Whatever you do on one side, do on the other. Can't stress that enough. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Deep breath. Big inhale, big exhale. You got this. Hold it. Hold it. Yep. Relax the shoulders. Relax your face. 3, 2, rest. Great work today. I hope everyone enjoyed this workout. Do not forget to submit some exercises for form feedback. You can do it on your phone. You can do it through Zoom. However you record, send it over to me, either email or in a text, and I'll send you over some form feedback, okay? Especially those that want some accountability. I'll be expecting these videos from now until Tuesday. Hopefully I get to see you live on Tuesday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. See you soon.